Salam alaikum. I hope you all are doing great and keeping healthy. Now we begin with the part two, that is the writing part of the free response questions of grade 9 advanced term 1 end of term questions. We have six questions in total, and these are all to be written in details. So it's from question 16 to question 21. So please make sure don't just write the answer, you won't get full marks. You must write each step in detail. Now, the first question, that's the question 16 in the writing part, is to prove that equations are identities or have no solutions. Now, the questions will be like this. Now, if you do it in the calculator, what happens is you will get math error. You will get math error for both if it's an identity or no solution. I think so you might get for both. Anyways, we will check it in a while. But how do you do so, manually is very simple. Look here. What is the variable? Now here the variable is y, but the coefficient is -6 on both the sides. That means they're equal. They are in the other side of equal to. So let's take 1 to the other side. It becomes -6y plus 6y. Basically you're adding plus 6y on both the sides. -3 equals 3. This is taken to the other side. This cancels. You're remaining with -3 equals 3. Is this true? No, -3 and +3 are different. They are not the same. So this has no solutions. Why? Because this is a wrong equation what we have obtained. That's it. See, this is not equal. You can write it like this. See, not equal to. And therefore it has no solutions. Now, just to check the answer, we will try in calculator as well. But you must write this. Otherwise, there's no marks. But we will check answer by calculator. Now we will just type this given equation in the calculator, that is -6y. There is no y, we use x as the variable. -3 equals 3 minus 6 alpha x. Shift and solve. It takes us a few seconds and now it shows you it can't solve. That means it is having no solution because it's not equal to. Yeah, it's wrong, the equation what we obtained. There's no solution over there. Even over here, just by looking at this, I can say there is no solution. Why? Now, if you look carefully, see here, this is half multiplied inside will be half x plus half multiplied inside will be 3. Half times 6 is 3 equals half x minus 9. Now, this half and half cancels off because they are same side, other side of equal to. When you take it other side, it becomes minus and cancels, right? Now, is 3 equal to -9? No, it's not equal. So there are no solutions, okay? And if you do it in the calculator, you will get can't solve as well. So this is no solution. And even over here, I think it's okay. Now this is an identity. We will solve this because this is a little different type and we will check it in calculator as well. Now here you have 8q, okay, plus 12 equals 4 times 3 is 12 plus 8q. Now we know this 8q cancels. But look here, what happened? 12 equals 12. Yes, this is true. Isn't this correct? In such cases, this becomes an identity. That means it's true for all real numbers. Now here, it's identity. That's what you need to write. Okay, answer is identity because now what we got is 12 equals 12. Now if you divide both the sides by 12, it becomes 0 equals 0. Yes, all the time it will be true. All the time this equation will be true. Now if you put it in the calculator, let's see what happens. 8 alpha x plus 12 equals 4 times 3 plus 2q. Close the bracket, shift and solve gives us, it just gives us 0. Now the thing is, doesn't matter what equation, it'll just give you 0 as the answer. Because this is true, this is a possible answer. 0 is true. You can even add both the sides by 1, 1 and 1. 1 equals 1. All possible solutions are true over here, all real numbers. So basically it's an identity. So then Please do try to solve the other problems by yourselves. They're just similar like that. All the solution is worked out over here. Whenever you get same answers equal to 0, 0 or 15, 15 or anything, it is equal to 21, 21 here. 15x and 15x cancels. In such cases, they're identities. If there is two different numbers like 48 minus 48, then they're not equal. That is no solution over here. Okay, so please be careful with this. Over here, the steps are mentioned. All the problems are just the same. It's either identity or no solution. There is no other answers, only two possible answers. Oh no, okay, I just thought that and then it was different. I thought it's only for identities or have no solution, but now let's look here. Let's solve this one quickly. It is 2a plus 2 equals 3a plus 6. Now, 3 is a bigger coefficient than 2, so 3 remains. 2 move to the other side and 6 to the other side. It will be minus 6 plus 2 equals 3a minus 2a. Now, over here, when we solve it, you'll get minus 4 equals a. The answer is there. The a value is only one specific answer. It's not identity, it's not no solutions. There is one exact solution, only one solution. Why? Because we found out a is equal to minus 4. Now, if you try this in calculator as well, you'll get this answer. Let's just double check it. Here, type the equation as it is. 2 alpha x plus 2 equals 3 times alpha x plus 2. Close the bracket, shift and solve. What's the answer? Minus 4. So here we have exactly one solution. That is the answer. And similarly, please see now this one cancels off and it is no solution because phi equals 0 is not true. Okay, what will happen? This and this cancels. It will be phi equals 0, which is basically not equal to, therefore no solutions. And here also it's either identity or no solution. Why? Because when you multiply 7 times c, 7c, 7c cancels. And 7 times 9 is 63. So it's identity over here. They both are equal. 63 equal to 63 or 0 equals 0. That's identity. Now same way, please do solve the others. Here we have got one exact solution. You can see it has one solution, that is k is equal to half. We have over here no solutions because they are not equal to each other. And last problem over here, it's no solution here. Last problem, when you multiply it, you get an identity because they are equal to each other. And that's identity. Please make sure you write each problem. Don't just jump to the answer. You just can't write identity or no solution. No, it's not possible. Do these steps and then finally get to the answer. The 17th question is to graph linear functions by making table of values. Here you have to just graph it. But now there are some different type of graphs. I mean, you don't have a proper equation. Usually the equation is given like this. Let's try this. It'll be y equals some coefficient. Let's take it as mx plus b. This is the slope-intercept form. Just giving an example. Y equals 2x plus 3. This would be the equation generally. But now look here, there is no y term at all. What does that mean? This means it's only x equals negative 2, right? So it doesn't matter what y value you assume. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually we assume x values, but no, x is already specified. So it doesn't matter which y values you assume, the x remains constant. In the sense, if I make a table now, because the table is already made, let's just see it over here. Yeah, ignore this for a while. I'll come to this. Now, over here, this part. Okay, they have just made small table. But anyways, x, y. You need to assume y only for such cases where x is already given. Because x doesn't matter what does not change. It's minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. I hope this is clear. You can take any value of y, 0, 1, 3, even minus 5, you know, everywhere the x value remains same. If you graph this, what happens? Y value can be anything, but x value is just at this point. Say x value is what? Minus 2. Only points over here. So you will just get a vertical line. Sorry, this is a vertical line, straight line. Anyways, that's understood. So that is the concept. Now, if you understand this equation properly, x equals minus 2. That means what? X equals minus 2. So you should just draw a straight line at minus 2. That's it. Of x. That is the answer. Now, what they are saying over here is the graph x minus 2 is just a vertical line. Yes, it's a vertical line for all real values of y. Okay, so you can make this table and graph it up. This is an easy one. Let's look into other problems. This one now, y is minus 4. The same concept what we did. Instead of x now, look, where is y minus 4? Over here somewhere. So all you need to do a straight line over there, which passes exactly through this point, okay? So that is the answer. Now, if you even make a table, because they are mentioned, make a table of values. So x, y, the y value does not change. It will only be minus 4 all the time. X value can be anything, minus 2, 0, 1, 2. You will get the same y value. That means any point of x, the y value is same, only at minus 4. That's the concept over here. So you can see this is the answer. So it doesn't matter what x value you choose, you cannot substitute over here because x is 0 over here. So it's 0x. Ignore that, just write y is minus 4. You don't need to do all this detailed table. This is enough x and y is more than enough. This is the ordered pace. If you want, you can do it. With only x and y, you can easily plot it up. So here now, we have a proper equation. There are different ways to solve it, but the table method is specified, so it's better to stick with that. But even if you do any method which is correct, you will be awarded full marks, not to worry. But here, say the table method is making a table, assuming x values. Just as see, this is all a linear function. It is x, only power x and y. There's no square, x square is not there. So in such cases, just assume 0, some values less than that, some values more than that. 0, minus 1, minus 2, 0, 1, 2 is more than enough. Even 2 points are enough, but we generally take it as 3. Now here substitute this. Minus 8, now x value is assumed to be minus 1. Minus 8 minus 1 will become 8. And what about this? Minus 8 times 0 is 0. 1 times 8 is minus 8. Minus 8 times 1 is minus 8. You don't need this table, don't need this, column. Only x and y is enough, and then you just graph it. Now, how do we graph? At x of minus 1, this point, what is y value? It's 8. So this is the point. What is it when x is 0? It's 0. When x is 1, it's negative 8. And then just join this up. Okay? Now, other way is, if you look at this, y is equal to mx plus b. What is the equation? Y is equal to minus 8x, b is 0. So m is minus 8, that is the slope, dy by dx, isn't it? Or this is m. Now let's write it in terms of a fraction. Minus 1, if there is nothing, divided by 1. So what it says is, for every 1 unit of x, you go to the right, dy by dx, 1 unit of x, you have to go down by 8 units. Why? Because it's minus. If it was plus, it would be up. See this 1, 2, okay, this each unit of y is 2, okay, so it's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the answer. That's how we get it. I hope this is clear. They're very simple. Now here it is 3x equals y or y equals 3x. Write it first y and 3x. And then you can easily do it. Assume x values 0, 1, 2, or even you can take negative, doesn't matter, or even 2 values are enough. The minimum 2 values are required, more than that is up to you. So you substitute this over here. When x is 0, y is 0. When x is 1, y is 3. When x is 2, y is 6. It's a multiple of 3, that's it. And then you graph it up. That's the answer. Same way, please do try. Now over here, how do you do is, first rearrange this and write y equals minus x plus 8. Now assume x values, x and y, 0, 1, 2. So substitute over here, x as 0, y is 8, substitute 1, y is 7, 2, y is 6. Then now just graph. When 0 is x is 0, y is 8. Next, when 1, 7, 6. Draw a line. That is the graph. Very simple. That's now mine is not so accurate. I mean, I've not done accurately, but if you mark the points, it's the same thing. And please do solve other problems by yourselves. You can see the worked out solution is over here. First rearrange, get in terms of y, and then solve it up. Graph is important. Everything must be done by yourselves. Over here they might give you a coordinate like xy coordinate, so graph it accordingly. Okay, x is 0. Don't take numbers like 10, 20. No, take it as 0, -1, 1, 2, only such values. Don't take complicated values. So here, even over here, you can easily solve it up. Now, the thing is, I just told you take easy values. You can take 10, 20, even 100 for that matter. It's just that it'll be very hard for you to solve. It'll be just complicated. If you take 1, 2, 3, the answer of the graph is the same. Doesn't matter what. It's just that it'll be much easier. Okay. And last problem over here. Please look into the solution. Please do it by yourselves and then check for the solution. That's it in this graphing problem. Very easy. Make sure you make the table properly. Only x and y is compulsory. Other columns are up to you. If you want, you can make it. But x and y must be done and the graph must be done. Rearranging also important. The other things, if you want, you can just write it. Just basic details. The 18th question is about calculating and interpreting rate of change. Here, we have been asked to find whether this is linear function or no. You have been given table of values. So what is a linear function? Linear function is something like this or like this, where the slope is same each 2 points. If you take any 2 points, any x value, say this to this, the slope over here and the same distance over here, the slope must be same. Why? Because y equals mx plus b. The slope does not change every now and then. Now, if the slope over here is same to all the points, then that's it. Here, what you need to do is use the slope formula. You have x and you have y. So this will become x1, x2, y1, y2. So basically, m can be given as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We can use this to find the slope, that is -3 minus of -5 divided by 8 minus 11. The answer will be -3 plus 5 divided by -3. So it is 2 by 3 negative sign. Why? Because it will be 5 minus 3 is positive 2. But this -3 will have this. It's negative 2/3. We have to apply the same formula here and elsewhere as well. Now you can consider, I'll just change the color. This as x1, x2, y1, y2. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now this is the writing method. That's why I'm doing this. I'll tell you another shortcut method to just check this. But that is just to check the answer. But writing is very important as well. Write the formula and substitute the values. -1 minus -3 divided by 5 minus 8. The answer will be what over here? Minus of minus will be plus. So it's +3 minus 1. That is positive 2 divided by -3. It's negative 2/3. 2/3. 2 by 3. It's the same thing. Please do it for the other things as well, other points as well. But now you can just do 1, 2, 3 randomly and then you can check. Okay. Now I know the slope is 2/3. But what is the other method? I'll just clear this off. Sorry. I'll just clear this off over here. Now what you do is see the difference. What is the difference of x from year to year? 11 to 8. That is decreasing by how much? Decreasing by 3 units. Now from year to year, it should also be -3 units. From year to year, -3, -3. It must be in the proper sequence. The same, it should have a common difference. If you subtract -3, you will get 8. Yes. -3, 5. -3, 2. -3, -1. Now what about over here? What is being added? If you look carefully, it will be +2 here. Then over here also it's +2. plus 2 plus 2. The difference is even equal on both the sides. That means yes, it is true. So we have plus 2 divided by minus 3. So it was minus 2 by 3. Isn't it? We got over here, same thing. So this is the slope. Slope is even throughout. Therefore, yes, this is a linear change. The rate of change is negative 2/3. So that's basically the answer. See, the rate of changes even or constant. Constant means same thing throughout. Therefore, the function is linear. The rate of change, the slope, rate of change means the slope is negative 2/3. Now, what about this function? Let's quickly do check over here first. From year to year, you're adding 3. Okay, and then it's 2. Now again, it's 3, and then it's 2. This is not at all a linear function because there is no evenness. It should be the constant, right? Now here, what happens? You're adding 7, and then here it's 7. Here it is again 7, 7, but here it is not true. So one side doesn't matter. Both the sides must be constant. Now let's find the slope. M equals what? Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So substitute. I'll take this and this, first two values. x1, y1, x2, y2. So it'll be minus 1 subtraction from minus 4 divided by 29 minus 22. The answer is minus 1 plus 4. It'll be plus 3 divided by 29 minus 22 is 7. The answer is 3 by 7. Now let's do other 2 points. Let me just take another 2 points and let's check. Let me do this and this, okay? Because if I do this and this, I'm going to get the same slope because I know there's 3 and 7, 3 and 7. Or we can do the last 2 points or this 2 points. I'll do the last 2. That'll be x1, y1, x2, y2. Here m equals y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. What is the answer? It is 6 minus 4 divided by 50 minus 43. That will be equal to 2 by 7. It is not equal. That does not match. Slopes are different. Therefore, it is not a linear function. The answer is no, not constant. Okay. But see, now they have not written all this, but it's better to solve it like this. Write m equals this. These are not equal. Hence, they are not true. So it's better to write this slope formula, solve it up. And over here, you have to do it. But since it's the writing part, it's better you write it. Okay, don't directly write the answer. Write it in steps. So some pair of the points have the slope, what? 3 by 7. The first one and this one, third one. Whereas the second and fourth pairs had 2 by 7 slope. So therefore, it's not a linear function. If it has to be linear, it must be a constant rate of change or slope, and it will be same throughout. Now here what they have asked is you need to complete this table so as to find it is a linear function. Complete the table such that it is a linear function. Now what do? See the difference anyway. From 7.5 to 10.75. It is 7.5 to 10.5 is 3. It's 3.25 here. Now let's just check what's set over here. So it must be 3.25. Okay, now how do you do this is just take the number and subtract it. You can use your calculator directly. It's like 10.75 minus 7.5. So over here, 7.5 minus 5 will be 2.25, and over here it's 10 minus 3 is 3. Same thing over here. 1 minus of minus 2.25, that would be 1 plus 2.25, that is 3.25. So here also we have 3.25. Next term, what happens? It should be added by how much? 3.25. So this term, add 3.25, it will be 4.25. And what about over here? You do the same thing. Add 10.75 plus 3.25. It's going to be 14. Right? This 25 will make it 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. Now what about here? Here you can see there is a constant decrease of 0.5. It's minus. So 11 minus 0.5 is 10.5. Again 10 and so on. So if you're going backwards, you need to add 0.5, isn't it? So if you have to get 11, here it should be 11.5. Here it must be 12. So this is it. This is the table. You can just write the calculations over here. Whatever the calculations we have done, right? You can write it out, because otherwise you can easily do this table. There is nothing much in this. So that's it for this topic. So the answers are whatever we have got: 10, 11.5, 4.5. Yes, we got the same thing, and 14. That's it. So please do practice more problems and be thorough with this topic. Question number 19 is to solve equations for specific variables. Now you can see in this question there are two unknown variables. Okay, see Q and R. And what do they want you to solve? You can't solve for any which you want. You need to solve for this indicated variable or the specified one. That is, solve for R. Now, in case you do this as Q equals to all the other things, it'll be wrong. It must be for R itself. So what you do is group the R's together. What I mean by that is, now Q, take R to the other side. It'll be R plus R. Q is equal to R plus R is 2R. You want R to be alone. So take it, divide both the sides by 2. You will get Q by 2 equals R. That is R equals Q by 2. This is your answer. Now, if you want more detail, what you can do is you can write over here, subtracting both the sides, adding R to both sides of equal to. That's understood. So basically what happens over here is Q minus R plus R, this cancels, and over here you will have, then doing what? Just adding, addition property, addition property. So over here, dividing both the sides by 2, dividing both sides by 2. That's it. And then simplifying and getting the answer. This is rearranging, okay? No need of writing everything, but some of these steps like dividing both the sides, really what happens here? It's 2 by R by 2. Divide both the sides by 2. This cancels. You're remaining with this. That's how you do it. It's a very simple topic. The answer is Q by 2R. And here the same thing, please do it by yourselves. Now see here, don't go to solve for T, you have to solve for M. That means M must be kept alone. Now look at which is the higher variable, bigger variable. It's 4M. So leave it over there. Take the smaller it's not variable, I'm telling the coefficient. 4 is a bigger coefficient for the variable M. Here it's only 1. So what you do is take this to the other side. It'll be 4M minus M equals, minus T goes to the other side, it's plus T. And here 4 minus M will be 3M equals T. M equals T by 3. This is your answer. You can tell, otherwise you can also do it like this. See, 4M minus T equals M. This is given, right? Subtract M both the sides. It will be 4M minus T minus M equals M minus M. Over here, M minus M will be 0 and 4M minus M will be 3M minus T. Now add T both the sides. That is 3M minus T, minus is first, minus T plus T equals plus T. Because 0 plus T is T. This cancels, you are getting 3M equals positive T. Now take the, divide both the sides by 3. Divided by 3, this cancels, M equals T by 3. This is the all detailed steps. Now, this is understood. Most of the steps are understood. So we just directly solve it. You can save steps. But since, if imagine this is coming for maybe 8 marks, then do it in detail, each and every step. But if it's just for like say 5 marks, this is more than enough. And personally, if I was correcting the paper and if the student has done this, I can understand he has understood. The concept is understood. So there's no need of elaborating unnecessary stuff, So this is fine. You should get the full marks for this as well. Okay. The answer is correct. Now, all the answers are there in the solutions over here in this presentation. So please make sure you go through them and solve it by yourselves. Look which variable they are asking for and solve only for that variable. It's very easy. You can pause and check the answers. The best way is solve these by yourselves and then check for the answers. Okay, I'll just do this one over here because there are three variables here. The given question is over here. You need to solve for v. Sorry. So take everything else to the other side. We have to keep v alone. I will have u minus z equals vw. Now take w to the other side. It will be u minus z divided by w equals v. This is the answer. But if you want to simplify further, it will be u by w minus z by w. But this is more preferred answer. That's it. Okay. See, this one is the most. Say only two steps I have. So now it depends on the corrector as well. So it's better I personally don't mind if you have written so much because you understood the problem. This is correct, absolutely correct. Only two steps. But sometimes some correctors might feel that's very less to give so many marks. So you need to, show a bit of steps. You can do that, okay? Just add some couple of steps and just fill it up. And same way, please do solve. Over here, the detailed steps are there. All the problems. So please look into the question which variable you need to solve, and that's the variable. If you have solved for h, then it's wrong because they have specified for g. Same way over here. They are very easy problems. And last but one, there's only here. We will just do this one because it looks a little bit bigger. What you need to solve is for t. So let's take r minus v equals 2 by thirds t. Now, whenever you have fraction, you have to multiply the reciprocal of the fraction. That is, you're multiplying over here. See, I'm doing on the same step. You must do it down. New steps, okay? Here it is 3 by 2 and over here also multiply 3 by 2. If I'm multiplying same thing on both the sides, it's balanced. Now here this 2 cancels, 3 cancels. You will have 3 by 2 r minus v equals t. So this might be the answer, or let's see how it's written. Yeah, that's the answer. So this is very easy, isn't it? So please do solve the other problems and then solve it by yourself and then check for the answers. Don't just jump to the answers. And over here, this is the answer over here. Now, this is also easy. You just have to do for A. So what you need to do over here is first take the 11 to the other side. It'll be 10ac minus x equals minus 33 because minus 3 times 11 is minus 33. Take x to the other side. See, over here it will be minus 33 plus x. Now, if you're thinking why I don't take 10, see, whenever you have such terms, the outermost term, the 11 is the outermost term. So 11 goes to the other side first. Now, what next over here? The outermost term is minus x because this is all together, it's joined together. Now, when you see over here, this numerators are together, denominator is separate, goes to the other side. Here, this term goes to the other side. Now then, all are multiplication, you can just divide. So it will be division by 10c, 10c. So the answer will be A equals, because 10 and c cancels, it will be minus 33 plus x divided by 10c. So this must be the answer, and that's the answer, yes. Please do the last one as well by yourself and then check for the answers just like what we have done a while ago. That's it. So please do each step in detail. You can skip some steps if you know, it's fine, but don't just make it a very small direct answer. Try to write some steps at least, and don't just, even if you can directly tell the answer, write at least a few steps. May not be so many, but at least about 5 lines or 4 lines. The question number 20, it's the last but one question in the writing part. This is about writing equations of lines in point slope form. This is very easy because there are only 2 steps. And you must do those 2 steps because over here they have specified its point slope form. You can't use, say, a slope intercept form or anything. And for point slope form, they will give you 2 points. See over here, x1, y1, x2, y2. You can even interchange these. You can take the second point as x1, y1, first point as x2, y2. You will get the same answer, but let's go in order. First one as x1, y1, second one as x2, y2. Now, the step one is always finding the slope. M is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is the slope. It is a slope formula. Substituted, y2 is 22 minus y1 is 6 divided by minus 2 minus of minus 4. Just the given values, I've written it over here. Now let's solve it. 22 minus 6 will be 16 divided by plus 4 minus 2 is 2. Answer is 8. This is the slope. That's done. Now we have to write point slope form. Step 2. What is the point slope form formula? It's y2 minus y1 equals m into x2 minus x1. Now this one is the general way we write it if we have to find the slope. But now this is, see, same thing. I've just taken x2 over here. You can see it as y2 minus y1 equals m into x2 minus x1. But when we write the slope form, point slope form equation, this y2 will just remain as variable x and y. Okay, this is the actual formula. Now here, don't do anything to x and y. See, where x2 and y2 was there you have to leave it as it is. Now y will remain, x will remain. What about y1 and x1? It's up to you to choose any point. You can choose the first point or the second point. Let me choose the first point here, because the answer will, you can get two different answers, but it's correct answer itself. I'll write the first point here now. This is minus y1 is 6 equals, what's the slope? 8. X minus x1 will be minus 4. That will be plus 4 over here. This is one answer. The another answer would be y minus, write this one, y2 is 22 equals 8 into x minus of minus 2 will be plus 2. This is the other answer. Both are the correct answers. So this is the point slope form. Now here, okay, after that they have simplified, right? No, that's it. So, oh, they have written the first answer. See, this is the first answer. That's it. This is the point slope form. You don't even simplify it, because point slope form specifies it's like this. Now, if you are done this also, it's correct. This is also correct answer. Don't worry. But you just take the first point and do it. Okay, that's it. So usually this will be the answer, but it's in writing, so your teacher will understand when it's correct, when he or she is correcting. Whichever form you use, that is the correct answer itself. Okay, but I'll just erase this for now. Let's stick to this. This is the method, and the detailed methods are specified here. Now I have written this directly as plus 4, but please don't do what I did. Write minus of minus 4 and write the next step as the final answer, because this question number 20 is FRQ. You have to write, so it's better to specify in writing. The next one is the same thing here. Please do it by yourself, the same formulas and everything, but only the variables are changed. Now here you can see, find the slope. That's the first step. And then write this equation. It is y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. You can choose the first point or even the second point, but generally the first point is taken and written. Same thing with the next problem. Here, step 1 and step 2. Only two steps. Only two formulas, the slope formula, and the same thing is the point slope, but just that the x2 and y2 are written as x and y. And last one over here. So this is the answers. So don't go to simplify further. Here, once you write the equation, leave it. That's it. Because they have mentioned its point slope form. This is the formula. This is the form. And that's it. That's the end. It's one of the very simple problems. Please remember two formulas. They are the two steps, finding the slope, and then we write the equation. We have finally reached the final question, that is question number 21. And if you recall, this question has been already solved in the question number 15. Let me just show you. This is the question, and we have solved the same questions, question number 10 to 16, in the question number 15 as well. So if you go back and search for that question, if you go through that, you will come across these as well. But anyways, we'll do it over here now. But before we begin, I just want to stress that here it's in writing. So whatever methods you use for the part A, it might vary. Here, please make sure you do it in detail. Don't use the calculator method. There is a trick to solve this in calculator, but don't do that. We'll do in writing. And again, before we start, I'll just let you know about and the word or. If it's and in the number line, it must be within certain range, okay? If it's or, it will be two separate range. From year to year is a solution, and from year to year might be the solution, you know? So this is the difference. We have done that in thorough in the question number 15. So what I would suggest is if you're not gone through that part, please go with it, be thorough, and then watch this video. Now, and means it's always separated. So we have to separately solve both these inequalities. Here, minus 4a plus 13 is greater than or equal to 29. And the other inequality is 10 less than 6a minus 14. So this is the first step. Just write the given. Now, how do you solve it? The numbers at one side, variable, leave it over here for now. So I will leave minus 4a. This 13 goes to the other side, will be greater than or equal to 29 minus 13. Here, you can do one solving properly and then the other one. So I'll just solve this one. It is greater than or equal to, symbol remains the same. But here it's 29 minus 13. It's 19 minus 3, that's 16. And we have negative 4a. So what do you do now? When you have minus, see this variable is negative. Now there is a rule that states to change the sign, you can change both the sign, but this variable changes. So what you do is, let's change the sign. This becomes plus 4a, this becomes minus 16, but the inequality changes, it flips. This is the rule which you must remember. You have done this before as well. You can change the sign of inequality, but the inequality flips. It became 4a less than or equal to negative 16. A must be less than or equal to, take 4 to the other side, it will be negative 16 by 4, negative 4. This is one inequality. What about the next over here? Let's solve this up. Here we have 10, take this 14 to the other side, it will be 10 plus 14 less than 6a, it will be 24 less than 6a. And we have, what do we have over here? It's 6, 24 divided by 6 is 4 less than a. We will write it, now we are not changing the symbol, just a is greater than 4. We'll just write the same thing. A greater than 4. That's it. We have just rewritten this. Now here, the inequality flipped because we changed the sign throughout. But here it's not the case. We just have written it, the variable first, the number next. A was greater than 4 or 4 is less than a. The same thing remains here. A is greater than 4 or 4 is less than a. Now if you look carefully, now if you draw the solution set, what is it? Is it possible? This is and. See, always it's and. For and, we must always have the solution set something like this. Now, since it's inequality, let's have minus 4 somewhere over here. This is less than or equal to, so it's a point. And 4 is somewhere over here. It's a whole. It must be within this range. The solution must be like this. Between this both. Is it the case over here? No, here what do we got? What have we got? A is greater than 4. That means this is all the solution, and less than. This supposed to be like or. So this is wrong for and. We cannot have this. There is no solution for this case. There is no solution. Why? Because there is nothing overlapping. All this are the solution and all this is the solution. So there is no overlapping. So it's basically a null set. There is no solution. Let's just check the answer. The solution set is null. This, okay, mine looks a bit weird, but I'll tell you how to write that. It is 0 and dash, or basically we write 0 and like this line, okay? This is how, anyhow we can write it, okay? It should be a 0 and null. Or you can just put 0 and dash. That's easier. So that is the thing. And there is, just draw the number line. There is nothing you can graph because over here there is no solution to graph. Okay, this is the thing. And in and, please be careful. It must be within. Let's just look into one more problem over here. Just okay, this has a solution. See, This is how it is to be for and when it's and, right? It'll be always like this. Now here the same concept. We have done this before as well. Now you must solve this much first and then this middle term and this term. So I'll just change the color for that. Here it would be second inequality would be this and this. You can see that's the thing. And first inequality, what I've marked in black, these are the inequalities. Solve them, you'll get the two answers. And now what is the answer? B is greater than 4. It's just greater. So you can see there is a hole over here and greater than 4, right side. And B is less than or equal to 5. Less than means point, and it's all within this. So all this is the solution. That's it. Now that's about and. Over here again, please do solve it the same way. If you get two answers which is coinciding in the sense it's between the range, that is the solution set. Whereas if it is or, you must have two solutions. This is the same method. There's nothing. It's just or. But remember, the solution set is like this. One is greater, one is lesser. Now these are or solutions. This or this is the solution. It's not and. And will be within, or will be separated. So this is it. Over here again we have another or, and this one we had seen it even in the question number 15. Look here, n is less than 3. So if we have a number line, that's a crooked line. Now this one, imagine this is minus 3. N as a whole, because it's less than, that's the answer. And then greater than, this is the answer, right? But what is happening? Here, all possible set are possible because from minus 3, greater than is true, less than is true. But since it is only greater than or less than, this number minus 3 is not included. Therefore, all are solution but except minus 3. But if it was less than or equal, greater than or equal, then it would be just all real numbers. All real numbers are the solution because even 3 is included. When it is only less than or greater than, like this, see over here, when it's only greater than, less than, the 3 number is not included, all the other numbers are included. That's what it is. And over here, it's again an and problem. We know and problem, it will be within a certain range. So you need to differentiate between and or. And if it's or problem, we will get like this at the ends. It goes up till infinity. So this is basically it. That's the end of the question number 21. So more details for this particular question is in the question number 15. So please go back over there, be thorough, and then move to this one. That's it. I hope these explanation videos have been helpful. All the Haikal topics have been explained, part 1 and part 2 separately. So please try to go through all of them. And I wish you all the best. I hope everyone gets great marks. And if you have found this useful, please do consider subscribing to my channel. That would mean so much to me. And also do share it with your friends or anyone you know might find it useful. All the Cycle 3, grade 9, 10, 11, 12 advanced, and also 10 elite explanation videos are available in my channel. All the best and take care, guys. Happy learning.